I also work at Cooley Children's Center. I'm the preschool aide for the preschool program that's through the La Crosse district. My very first show was back in, I don't know, it might have even been like 98, 99. I did Funny Money. And then after that I was able to do, I had a recurring role in, we did Beau Jest and then Just a Second, and I got to play the same person twice. That was way fun. And then I did, my very favorite role so far has been Penny Sycamore in You Can't Take It With You. And I was Mrs. O'Hanlon in Yes, Virginia. There's a Santa Claus. I was Mrs. Boyle in Mousetrap. And I was Wolf Moon Dance, the token Native American, in Escanaba in the Moonlight. And I'm not even really Native American, so it was quite a coup.
What drew you to this particular piece?
What I liked about it was the very small cast and the idea that I would have to play more than one character, and I would never play the same character twice throughout the entire show. That really, really appealed to me. That was the first thing. And then reading it, it's just such an endearing, you know, I couldn't put it down. I mean, it's easy to read a play in one sitting and just to read a play, but it was really fun to read it and digest what was happening. The hints of supernatural, the idea that some fantastic stuff is happening in this town was very, very fun to think about. And I just really, 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 really set my hat for this production. I didn't audition for anything else. I don't plan to audition for anything else the rest of the season. This was the show I was going to do. And I even offered Greg money and he wouldn't take it. He told me I had to audition anyway, so. While it's a fun show, you're going to leave with stuff to talk about over coffee. You're going to leave wanting to go to Perkins or, you know, place of your choice and have a discussion about what you saw. Be it, you're going to want to talk about what do you think happened to, you know, X and Y, why do you think, you know, A and B had that problem. You're going to leave, I always find it a hallmark of a good show when the show ends and I would sit for another hour and a half for them to continue to play for me and play out the story. This is that show. This show, with each scene that ends, you're going to want to, but, okay, all right, okay. But, you invest. I hope that you will be able to invest in each scene and want it to continue and would be willing to come back the next night or stay for another hour and a half and watch the continuation of all these characters and of all their problems and their quandaries and their questions and their delight and their love and stuff. I just think that would be, I think people will end having that want. You should come and see, just come and see the dumb show, okay? It's great.
I just enjoy spending time, I guess, with friends and family, and yeah. The first show I did here was To Kill a Mockingbird. That really reintroduced me back into the theater. I hadn't done anything since I had been in high school. It had been a few years in the gap there. And what really drew me back in is because I'd always loved the story, To Kill a Mockingbird, to begin with. And then when I found out that there was actually a play for it, it just... I was, of course, very intrigued, and I tried out, and I was fortunate enough to get a cast in the part. And then, as for other shows, I've been in Something's Afoot, and also in the Producers. The story is what really made me want to audition for the show. I mean, it's such... And every time this question is asked, it almost seems so cliche in any response, because it's such a sweet, you know, lovely romantic tale, and that's what everybody says. But there's so much more depth to it than just that. I mean, there are highs and lows for all the characters in the story, and it's the stories, I should say, and it just the complexity of it is what really drew me to it. It's not just a lovely tale, it's lovely tales. There's a whole bunch of little stories that are comprised to make the whole show. It's not just a story about, you know, a couple of people throughout the whole show. It's multiple groups of a couple of people. And I think that's what kind of makes it special as well. I really like the character I play in It Hurts. Because he's just a good guy. I mean, I can't really say anything more than that without giving anything else away. But he's just a genuinely honest person. And he's just trying to make his way out there in the world. And I like that. I just like that.